Intermittent fasting is a popular eating pattern that has been shown to offer numerous health benefits, including weight loss, improved blood sugar control, and reduced inflammation. It involves alternating between periods of fasting and eating, often on a daily or weekly basis. While this eating pattern is flexible when it comes to what you can eat during your eating window, it's important to pay attention to what foods you should avoid while fasting. The truth is, some foods can break your fast, making it harder to achieve your health goals. Therefore, to help you make the most of your intermittent fasting experience and avoid sabotaging your progress, in this blog post, we will discuss the foods you should avoid while intermittent fasting. From hidden sugars to artificial sweeteners, we'll cover it all. We will also dive into the science behind why certain foods can disrupt your fast and what alternatives you can opt for instead. 1. Say no to chips, crackers, and other processed snacks that are high in calories and low in nutrients. If you're trying intermittent fasting as a way to achieve your health and fitness goals, it's crucial to know what kind of foods to avoid during your fasting periods. One of the biggest culprits you'll want to steer clear of are chips, crackers, and other processed snacks. These kinds of snacks are typically high in calories and low in essential nutrients, meaning they won't do your body any favors when it comes to achieving your goals. Plus, they're often packed with added sugars, unhealthy fats, and preservatives that can be harmful to your body. So, when you're feeling the urge to snack during your fasting periods, it's best to say no to these kinds of processed snacks and instead opt for healthier options that will support your body's needs. 2. Avoid sugary drinks like soda, fruit juices, and energy drinks, which are loaded with calories and can spike your blood sugar levels. If you're practicing intermittent fasting, it's essential to know what foods and drinks should be avoided during your fasting period. One major culprit to steer clear from is sugary drinks. This includes soda, fruit juices, and energy drinks that are loaded with unnecessary calories and can cause your blood sugar levels to spike. Not only can consuming these drinks break your fast, but they can also lead to cravings for more sugary treats. Try swapping out these drinks for refreshing alternatives like water, herbal tea, or black coffee to keep you hydrated and focused during your fasting window. 3. Skip cereal and other breakfast foods that are high in carbs and sugar, as they can lead to spikes in insulin and hunger pangs later in the day. Are you new to intermittent fasting and wondering what foods to avoid? Well, here's a pro tip. Skip cereal and other breakfast foods that are high in carbs and sugar. These foods may give you an energy boost in the morning, but they can lead to spikes in insulin and hunger pangs later in the day. Instead, opt for high-protein and high-fat breakfast options like eggs, Greek yogurt, or avocado toast on whole grain bread to keep you feeling full and satiated for longer. Trust us, your body will thank you for it. 4. Avoid fast food and fried foods, which are often high in calories, sodium, and unhealthy fats. When it comes to intermittent fasting, it's important to pay attention to what you're eating during your eating window. One of the biggest culprits that can sabotage your progress is fast food and fried foods. Let's face it, we all love a good burger and fries, but these calorie bombs can be detrimental to your weight loss goals. Fast food is often loaded with sodium and unhealthy fats, which can cause bloating, retain water weight, and leave you feeling sluggish. Additionally, the convenience of fast food often means that portion sizes are larger than what our bodies actually need, which can quickly take your caloric intake over the limit. So, it might be best to leave the drive-through behind and opt for healthier, whole food choices instead. 5. Stay away from desserts, especially those made with refined sugars and flours. If you're trying to shed some pounds through intermittent fasting, you might have already stumbled upon a lot of resources online giving you advice on what to eat and what to avoid. While some food options are a little easier to forego, saying goodbye to desserts can be tough for most of us. But if you're aiming to make progress in your weight loss journey, it's best to keep your distance from these sugary treats, especially those made with refined sugars and flours. These types of desserts can spike your insulin levels, which can mess up your entire fasting routine. Besides, most desserts are high in calories, low in nutrients, and are likely to make you hungrier in the long run. not ideal if you're trying to stay on track. So if you're craving a sweet treat, go for fruit, dark chocolate or some healthier alternatives, and don't let that sugar temptation slow you down. 6. Say no to alcohol, which can interfere with your body's natural fat-burning process and dehydrate you. If you're wondering what foods to avoid while doing intermittent fasting, then put down that shot glass and step away from the bar. Alcohol is a definite no-no when you're trying to burn fat and feel your best. Not only can it interfere with your body's natural fat-burning process, but alcohol can also dehydrate you, causing fatigue and headaches. So, even though that evening cocktail might seem like a great idea after a long day, it's best to skip it and stick to water or herbal tea while you're fasting. Trust us, your body and head will thank you later. 7. Avoid processed and packaged foods, which are often high in sodium, sugar, and additives that can sabotage your weight loss goals. If you're wondering what foods to avoid while intermittent fasting, it's important to steer clear of processed and packaged foods. These kinds of foods are often loaded with sodium, sugar, and a heap of additives that could mess up your weight loss efforts. Processed foods like chips, crackers, and packaged sweets are notorious for their high calorie count, which could easily kick your body out of the fasting state. So, it's best to stick to fresh fruits and vegetables, lean proteins, and healthy fats when you're fasting. Not only will this help you stay on track with your weight loss goals, but it'll also give your body the nutrients it needs to function at its best. 8. Skip the late night snacks, as they can disrupt your sleep and make it harder to stick to your fasting schedule. If you're trying to maintain an intermittent fasting routine, there are some foods you'll want to steer clear of to make sure you stay on track. Late night snacks are definitely one of them if you want to keep things ticking along smoothly. That's because eating too soon before you hit the hay can disrupt your natural sleep cycle, making you feel groggy and sluggish the next day. Plus, it'll be even harder to resist eating when you're supposed to be fasting, since you'll be tired and hungry. So, try to resist the urge to snack after dinner and aim for at least a few hours of fasting before you snooze. Your body, and your fasting schedule, will thank you. In conclusion, intermittent fasting is becoming an increasingly popular method to lose weight and improve overall health. Limiting your intake to a certain time frame and eating healthy, nutritious foods during the feeding window can help you reach your goals. However, it is important to avoid certain foods that can disrupt the fasting process or lead to overeating. By avoiding foods that are high in sugar, refined carbohydrates, and processed foods during fasting periods, you can maintain a stable blood sugar level and prevent cravings that can derail your progress. Incorporating a well-rounded diet and avoiding unhealthy foods will help you succeed in your intermittent fasting journey.